welcome one and all, episode 13 of the Wide 80 podcast. We got the same group as always. Colby's hopped up on vitamins.
Do it.
Chandler's, too cool for school. You know how we do it. Same group as always. Man, it's been a while. We've had some life stuff going on, but we always come back to you, and that's the most important part.
Come back to each other at the least.
Right. Before we get too into things, make sure to follow us on the social medias: TikTok, Wide 80 Podcast; YouTube, Wide 80 Podcast. Make sure you're spelling out the 80. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast app, all Wide 80 Podcast. Things have been fun. I'm still dealing with a newborn. Colby's got 2 kids. Chandler's just slaving away, working away, dude.
Is that what they call it?
It's called life.
Yeah.
And it just happens.
At least they pay me for it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go. You know what?
Silver lining.
You got us there.
Yeah. I didn't mean it like that.
Fair point.
That's funny.
I mean, any words of wisdoms? I know we do words of wisdoms at the end, but any words of wisdoms now that you can share since the last pod in the absence? Anything you've learned?
Whenever your 3-year-old is running around your living room and he's got something in his mouth, make sure he doesn't have it in his mouth, because he could possibly fall over and hurt something in the back of his throat. And then 3 or 4 days later, you're in the hospital for 3 or 4 days. So, yeah, public announcement.
The public announcement.
I think we should go overarching statement. No matter your age, just don't run.
No matter,
Just don't run with stuff in your mouth.
Yeah, it's true. When your parents were telling you that when you were a kid,
they weren't lying. Yeah.
It happened, and Colby's like, they've been telling me this for so long.
Yeah, because not only does it hurt, it hurts your bank account too. So,
yeah.
So you might want to be careful.
Okay. No, duly noted. I'm gonna take that.
Yep.
Store it back of the
brain. But we love them,
But no, man, it's been quite an interesting week. So, like, obviously, or weeks, I should say, but football, baseball, fantasy sports, all that stuff. We're in the midst of baseball. Football is usually what we open up the pod with. Right now, it's the only thing that really comes out as we are in OTAs is contract issues or signing of new contracts.
Extensions.
Right? And the receiver game right now is really a roller coaster ride, because you got guys like CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase not participating to get that new contract, and then you got guys like Jalen Waddle, Nico Collins signing big deals. To put that specifically, we have Jalen Waddle, 3-year, $84.75 million extension. And then we got Nico Collins, 3-year, $72.75 million. The thing that I want to ask y'all, do y'all think that Nico Collins should make less than Jalen Waddle? And I know Houston, we get it, but like, is Waddle that much? I mean, what are we talking? I'm not a math magician here, but we're talking 12 more million.
Yeah, I mean, what are the stats on them? Like, is there a huge difference in between?
I'm just off.
Who's more
off
important?
Top.
Well, I think Waddle's been in the league one more year, so he's got one more year of production, and that might be kind of like what the basis is on it. There's a little bit more to show for it.
Yeah, but what about last year? Like, what are the stats between them? Are they
pretty close? Yeah, I think Jalen led the league in yards per reception, though. So it's a pretty big stat by itself.
Well, it seems like Miami wants to throw money at their receivers. I mean, Tyreek Hill is the 3rd most paid wide receiver, and that the new contract for Jalen makes him the 4th, and I think it's like $60 million between the two. So
crazy.
Yeah, they're spending some money on their receivers.
Yeah. Well, we had some had some controversy, what, 3-4 years ago with the running back saying that they didn't get paid enough.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's carried over the years as well, but it's just I forgot what like Saquon's contract was. I don't know if y'all remember that off the top.
No,
yeah, it definitely makes it interesting to see what they're gonna do in the future with you know, other
Saquon
signings.
signed a 3-year, $37.75 million
Like, it's
deal.
crazy.
Yeah, no, that's the receivers will always make more than running backs, which is interesting. But no, that Dolphins team, man, you want to talk about something interesting? I love Odell Beckham going from he had to be a number 1 option or arguably a number 2 option in Baltimore. Now he's a number 3 guy.
Yeah.
I have this. I love when players are asked to really good players are asked to do less. I feel like that just maximizes the talent. I don't know if there's any like actual hard proof on that, but in my mind, it just makes the most sense to me. Odell Beckham, yeah, he didn't jump off the page in Baltimore, but you know, you had rookie Zay Flowers, you had Andrews was out, and then so Odell was number 1, and then if Zay Flowers eventually took over, so Odell dropped to number 2, but then you're gonna go to Miami where you're legit 3rd option. I feel like that's. I mean, I know we don't have the numbers pulled up, but as far as 3rd options, Odell's got to be close to the top of the league for sure.
Yeah, I think that trio is going to be insane. And
Yeah,
I don't know the numbers for Tua, but I've never been a big believer of his. And I feel like, I mean, if you put those 3 with Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen or somebody of that liking, like what do you do? And it's just a matter of if Tua can actually perform and make it happen. Because that's dangerous stuff.
Yeah, and it's also going on the other team with Nico, you know, Stephon Diggs and Tank. It's like, how is that
super similar?
How is that workload going to
That
look?
is super similar.
Yeah, and it's
who's
like, you know,
really the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd option there?
Yeah, I guess they're all second options. I don't know.
They're all tied for 1st.
Yeah,
just one big asterisk.
Yeah, I wonder what their receptions are going to look like at the end of the year, because you know Stephon Diggs is a 90 catch guy, and Nico was what, a high 80s last year.
He was damn near top of the league.
Yeah, so you know what is that? And plus Tank seems to be chemistry wise more in sync with CJ Stroud than
Such
really
a good point.
Just what I'm seeing is that, you know, Tank and Tank and CJ are like this.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all like this, but there's a special connection with Tank and CJ.
Yeah, I believe the story is that CJ Stroud on draft day texted or was either in the room with Caserio and said, give me Tank Dell. I want Tank Dell. Because they threw to each other at the combine and stuff like that. And he's like, the kid's amazing. And it's been like that ever since. That's so cool.
Yo, he did that.
Yeah, probably one of the
too
coolest
this
moments.
year. He did the same thing this year for apparently like a 2nd round receiver or something like that. I forget his name, but they showed the video of him, and I forget where he went to, but when he went on the board, he's like, "Oh, I wanted the guy," or whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. When they were in that like draft room when he was with Micah Parsons in that draft room,
they were talking shit to each other.
They went on like a summer tour. Him and Micah Parsons were everywhere. I don't know what the deal is there, but maybe Micah Parsons can come to Houston because
just beef that defense up even
make
more.
it happen.
I'm saying I'm only here to just put it in. You know what I say? Take a flyer. Take a flyer. I could be wrong, but just take a flyer. That's all I'm saying.
Just ring them up.
So in the same breath as OTAs, the fun things that we like to ponder are these quarterback battles that we have in OTAs. Preseason, time will tell. I'm going to name you gentlemen, I'm going to name you some quarterback battles, and I want you to tell me who you think will be the week 1 starting quarterback. Sound good?
I like it. Yep.
Sounds good.
All right. So I want to start with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Russell Wilson versus Justin Fields. Who is going to be the week 1 starter?
I say Russell Wilson because I think he's
that's
a
one
top
of the
5
easier
quarterback.
ones. Yep. Russell for sure.
Wait, Colby, rewind. What'd you say?
Top 5 quarterback. I heard that.
Okay,
I think he's gonna
that
have
vitamin K is
awesome
going nuts.
It's
eating at his brain right now. Russell Wilson.
No, I think it's gonna be Wilson though. I think he'll start. I think he'll have a good year too.
No, I agree. I think the safer quarterback wins in this battle, and I think that's Russell Wilson. I think he's the safest bet, but
I
Justin
do
Fields long term.
I do see that if Russell Wilson doesn't pan out like midseason, that they'll go to Fields if he doesn't pan out.
Absolutely. I mean, what else
Yeah.
can you do? And
Yep.
If they're 2-6, yeah.
I think there was some report that leaked. It was a while back. It was maybe a month ago that said Justin Fields might return kicks for the Steelers.
I'm
I'm
still
like,
believing it.
serious?
That's
That's
insane.
truth. I believe it.
Like that's like Tim Tebow type stuff. Like getting him to do
Yeah.
special teams. He's
Yeah.
not that bad of a quarterback. I refuse to believe he's that bad. But
They're gonna
let's
make
keep
like
it
a
going.
special play for him. Like
might
he's
just
gonna
be that good of a
catch a
runner.
punt and then
No.
go like all the way to the sideline and then just throw it.
No, I could definitely see some situations where there's like a special package where you get Russell Wilson and Justin Fields on the field at the same time.
Yeah,
I
they
can
will.
see that happen
Yeah.
for sure. Let's keep it moving to a not so high profile battle. Daniel Jones versus Drew Lock over there in New York with the Giants. Who do we got for that battle?
I got Daniel Jones, and it's gonna be his last puff of air. If he
Okay.
don't pan out, then it's gonna go to Drew Lock.
What do you think, Chandler?
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think for whatever reason, this guy just like wows in spring training. And there's so much hype for him going into the season every single year. And what happened to Tommy DeVito?
I mean, he's there.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if he's starting over Drew Lock, to be honest.
Yeah. I think Drew Lock wins this. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Crazy.
I honestly think Daniel Jones does not have he doesn't have the stranglehold on the Giants coaching like I think he once did.
Sure.
And that coach, I'm speaking on Brian Daboll, I think he's going to be in panic mode. And I think he's going to realize once we get through preseason and once we see both guys play, if Daniel Jones is still showing signs of being such a wild thrower and a bad decision maker with his job on the line, because that's it for him. Like if things don't pan out, he's fired this year. I could see him going with Drew Lock, who might be a safer, more standard pocket quarterback. That he looked decent with Seattle last year, so we'll see how that one pans out. The Vegas Raiders, we got Gardner Minshew versus Aiden O'Connell. What we got?
Man, I want to say Minshew so bad because I freaking love Minshew. He's an awesome dude. But I do think Aiden O'Connell is going to get the start.
Didn't have a bad year last year.
Yeah, it's his second year, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so I really think that they're going to just throw him in there and that's going to be your guy. You know, this is year 2, so let's get him going.
Yep. What do you think, Chan, man?
I think it's Minshew's time to shine, man. I think that he comes through. I think he finally gets a full season and he gets to be QB1. I'm excited to see what those numbers look like. I think top 15, but
not top 5.
Outside top 10,
Wild take, bro.
No, somewhere from 10 to 15.
Honestly, this one was so close for me. It's honestly a coin flip. I think Aiden O'Connell was more impressed with him last year than maybe most people were. I thought he played super well. Gardner Minshew was obviously, as Houston fans, was one play away from going into the playoffs and winning the division.
Yeah.
I think that helps him. I could see that coaching staff going with the guy who can make plays and lead the team to a position where, a lot could be on the line. And I think Gardner Minshew could be that dude. I do. But
right.
it's such a coin flip, though. Or to Colby's point, do you want to stick with Aiden O'Connell, a guy who basically had the whole year to be in a system and work with his weapons? This one is interesting. Denver Broncos got like a 3. It's almost like a 2.5 way tie because one of these guys, like I don't know if Zach Wilson's a legit option, but Bo Nix, Jared Stidham, or Zach Wilson for Sean Payton and the Broncos.
Stidham came from the Patriots, right?
He was yes, he was there at some point.
Okay. Raiders. I thought he came from the Raiders.
Yeah, I think he was with both. He was with both.
Yeah. I think he was a rookie with the Patriots.
That's true.
I'm just making sure I'm thinking of the right guy.
Yeah, he spent 2 years with New England, and then he was with Vegas last year, and then Denver now.
Gotcha. I got a sneaking suspicion that Zach Wilson weasels his way into the starting job for somehow.
I love it.
Somehow,
I love
dude,
it, and
I don't know.
I'll let Colby go, but like I'm on the same wavelength. And I'll explain it. Colby, what do you think?
But ultimately, I do think it's
sorry.
Bo Nix's job. I think that you just got to swing the bat and see what it fucking gets you. But yeah, take it away, Colby.
They go with Bo. The freaking Broncos head coach, quarterback, whatever. He's going to start Bo Nix and say, "Hey, I can make this rookie quarterback better than Russell Wilson."
Okay.
That's how petty this Sean Payton.
Like okay, right? I love that we all went here at the same time. This is why I think a Zach Wilson or a Jared Stidham can really get that week 1 start, because I think Sean Payton is such a petty coach that he can say, oh, Zach Wilson sucked for the Jets last year. I think I can coach better. He's not going to suck for me. And I would not, I'm going to say, so I wrote down Stidham because I think Stidham has a year being with Denver. I could see Sean Payton going with Stidham. And if Bo Nix shows just the littlest of signs of confidence, Sean Payton's going to hate that. And so I will not be surprised if Zach Wilson gets a start because Sean Payton wants to show everybody that he can coach the guy that nobody else could. I'm telling you.
Same concept. I get it.
We're all on the same page. I'm telling
just different.
Same, but different.
Same, but different. And then the last one, we got the Minnesota Vikings. We got rookie JJ McCarthy, and we got Sam Darnold. What we got?
I'm going to go with Josh Darnold on this one because he sounds like a quarterback, and then JJ McCarthy just sounds like a coach. That's my reason.
Yeah. I actually wrote Josh Darnold, but it's Sam Darnold. I have no idea why. It's my fault. I wrote it down. I have no idea why. Anyways.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah. So you got Sam Darnold winning the job. Chandler, what you got?
Yeah, I got JJ McCarthy, and I actually I see him super similar to Zach Wilson, and I think that he's just going to show up and wow, and everybody has these high expectations for him, and then it's not going to happen. But I think a benefit of having Justin Jefferson over there, give the young quarterback, a lot of pointers on how to get him the ball better, might work out.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening, but I got Sam Darnold. I'm not fully off of the Sam Darnold train. I thought he should have been drafted number 1 the year that he came out. Baker Mayfield got drafted. Looked like not a bad pick at the time. And then over time, Baker Mayfield definitely showed to be the guy. But I think this is a prime situation. Sam Darnold starts, JJ McCarthy sits. The biggest question is, how is it going to affect the production of a Justin Jefferson? Someone like that, because that offense is loaded with talent.
Yep.
So
we just got to get it there.
Yep. Just got to connect the dots here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I want to transition to the blood that's pumping inside our bodies, and that's fantasy sports, right? So I want to, and we're gonna go one by one. Just I'm gonna say it. You guys just don't take turns. Just give me your 1 through 5. And I'll start with you, Colby. Give me your top 5 fantasy picks this year. So just
Football,
who you think. Yeah. Who you think your 5 guys should be.
The top 5 picks in fantasy football.
Yeah, so like this is where you think the first pick should go, second, and then so on.
Yeah.
Give me your 5.
Yeah, so I think our lists are going to look pretty similar, but
maybe
one is Christian McCaffrey. I'm gonna go with that guy because he's I think he's fantasy god when he's healthy. Number 2, we're gonna go with Tyreek Hill, best in my opinion receiver. He's a guy that can give you 50 points every game.
Not a bad pick.
Yep. CeeDee Lamb is my 3rd. I think he's just like Tyreek. But he's just super talented, and I might get a little bit of flack for this. But my number 4 is going to be Bijan Robinson. I think not bad at all. I think Bijan Robinson is going to have an awesome year. New head coach, new quarterback. It's going to be a different system. Arthur Smith is not in there to ruin his season. So I think that I forgot his name, but he was the defensive coordinator, I believe, for the Atlanta Falcons. But
the new coach.
The new coach. Yeah, Bijan Robinson, I'm really high on that guy. And number 5, I really didn't want to put him here, and I'm probably gonna get flack for it too, because I didn't want to put him here, but I'm gonna put number 5, Justin Jefferson. I think he's, the best. He's up there with CeeDee Lamb and Tyreek Hill, interchangeable, but I almost wanted to put Breece Hall at number 5.
Ooh, I
because
love it.
because because Justin Jefferson is getting a downgrade at quarterback. I don't think that it's going to correlate. I think not having Kirk Cousins there is going to make his production go down. I mean, it could go both ways, because that quarterback that he's getting now could just just attention could all be there, but
True.
the quality of ball you're getting out of those quarterbacks aren't going to match Kirk Cousins. So yeah, so I got McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb, Bijan Robinson, Justin Jefferson as my top 5.
Yeah, I'll go next
Yeah,
because
follow it up.
we're very similar. My number 1 is Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
I think it's the safest pick. I had the number 1 pick last year, and I went Justin Jefferson and passed on Christian McCaffrey. So shout out to tough decisions. But number 2, I have CeeDee Lamb, and the reason why I have CeeDee Lamb at 2, he was wide receiver 1 last year, but Dallas did nothing to add any more weapons to take the attention away from him. So I see a lot of force feeding CeeDee Lamb coming into, and obviously we want to say that this is all disregarding any type of contract holdout or anything like that.
Sure.
Just, yeah. So obviously CeeDee Lamb's in a holdout right now, and we don't know how far that goes into the season, but just assuming everyone shows up on week 1 and is healthy, CeeDee Lamb's at 2. I got Tyreek Hill at 3. Nothing to really say about that. He's just Tyreek Hill, number 3. Number 4, Colby, Bijan Robinson. I got him at 4. I think if he would just had a coach last year that knew how to actually use him, I think we have a conversation about him being number 1 this year. So absolutely. And then 5, I got Justin Jefferson. Same reasons as Colby. He had his first long-term injury last year, so that's always in the back of your mind. And no Kirk Cousins. Who's going to be throwing him the ball? Will he even stay on Minnesota this year? Who knows? But yeah, so I got Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Bijan Robinson, Justin Jefferson. Take it away, Chandler.
Nice. So I think this is going to be a running back heavy draft. And the way I did mine was not necessarily who I would take top 5, but honestly who I think is going top 5.
Okay.
In the majority of the leagues, especially ours, just because I feel like I know those guys pretty well. But unanimous CMC, number 1. Can't argue against it. I don't think we have a tough decision like you had to make last year. There isn't anything close as long as he's healthy. Number 2, I actually got Saquon Barkley. I think people are going to be really, really excited and high to see what that guy can do in a dynamic offense, as long as Soriano doesn't stalemate it, as he did several times last year. As long as they have a little bit of fluidity behind them, Saquon Barkley could be, especially in a PPR league, mind you, could be the number 1 guy in front of CMC. Number 3, I got Bijan Robinson. Same thing. The usage is going to be there. The dude's an unreal talent. I don't know the number of how many broken tackles he had last year, but it looked like prime Alvin Kamara running down the sideline at times. Just insane. Number 4, this is also off the hype of last year, and we'll see what happens when he gets a full season, because the Rams are a heavy run offense. Kyren Williams.
Yep.
He played 11 games last year and still
huge.
Still crest the 1,000-yard mark and came in, I think, top 10. At the least top 10 in running backs last year. And then my 5 is CeeDee Lamb. I think he'll be the number 1 sought after receiver. Just like you were saying, Brandon, they didn't bring anybody in besides Zeke Elliott, and that's not going to take attention away from CD. I actually expect him to do a little bit more than he did last year, but I feel like the wide receiver pool this year is quite large. So he's the first one off the board at 5.
Yeah.
So Cowboys... CMC, Saquon, Bijan, Kyren Williams, CeeDee Lamb. My bad.
Yes.
No Puka.
No Puka.
No Puka.
No, literally, the Cowboys are going to have no choice but to just throw it to CeeDee Lamb. They have to get creative with that, because nothing brought onto that offense. You got a aging Brandon Cooks. It's the same team. So you better hope that you can develop, and we'll see what happens there.
Yep.
Okay, so pretty much the last thing we have in football I want to stay in the world of fantasy.
Yep.
And I am going to name a team, and I want you guys to tell me who is the most valuable fantasy player on that team. Now, that's subjective, right?
Sure.
So obviously, like if the Cowboys aren't on here, but if I say the Cowboys and you say CD Lamb, like that's fine. But is that value? You know what I'm saying? So let's see what you guys come up with and kind of give me your reasons. So I'm gonna say team, you guys tell me what player you think is the most valuable. Start off with the Buffalo Bills. Who you got?
I got Joshua Allen.
Yep.
I feel like that might have been the easiest of the list here.
I don't
Just
have
because
Josh Allen.
they gave away all their weapons though. So I gotta go. He's the only one that like is worth drafting from the Bills, in my opinion.
Yeah, I went a different route with it. A guy who I think could end up having a huge season is Dalton Kincaid.
Nice.
And
Okay.
here's why. Okay. Joshua Allen, obviously, Kobe got me saying Joshua Allen now. He said it, now I'm saying it. Josh Allen obviously likes him. Rookie year, targeted him a lot, especially Dawson Knox being hurt. But with the lack of perceived talent in that room, I could see him getting a ton more targets and him maybe, lining up at receiver, kind of, I don't want to over dramatize it, but kind of, Gronk Brady type thing.
Sure.
I could see him going to the most familiar face, and that might be Dalton Kincaid. So I can see him having a top tight end performance this year. All right, next team, the Chargers. Who do you got?
I got Justin Herbie.
We're going Herbie.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you and I are in the same line, man. It's the same thought that I had with Josh Allen was you got rid of all your targets. So most of the value is in the quarterback there. He's gonna have to spread it around.
No
Dude,
Keenan Allen.
I'm going Quentin Johnston, dude.
Damn.
Because there's no choice. Like he's I don't want to use a gross term, but like he's got his shit or get off the pot, dude. Like he's the number one guy. He was awful last year, but that's why I think he might slide later in the draft. I'm not drafting Joshua Palmer. I already said this. I'm not doing that. Quentin Johnston will have no choice. New coach. He's the number one. And if you like Palmer better, he's the number two guy, but he's going to get a lot of opportunity and it's got no choice. He's either going to be a serious flop, and then that was just a terrible draft pick. And I mean a team draft pick, not a fantasy draft pick. But I mean, I think he's worth the late round selection. Next one.
Real interesting with them losing Eckler, just because J.K. Dobbins isn't healthy, so they don't have Gus Edwards is not Eckler from the backfield.
Right. So, and when and speaking of Gus Edwards, when you see those big body running backs with the Chargers, like Kelly, wasn't good, so I don't know what's going to happen. Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, hopefully he comes back healthy, but it'll be interesting. The next one, the Tennessee Titans. What we got? A lot of new guys on that team.
Tony Pollard.
Yep.
Okay.
You like Tony Pollard?
I like him a lot. I think just based off the just the situation they have, I feel like Will Levis is going to have a lot of dump off passes to him, and I think they're going to utilize him a lot. So
I like it. What you got, Chan, man?
I got DeAndre Hopkins. He might have lost a step. I think he's still going to get 1,000 yards. He might be right there with Calvin Ridley, but I think DeAndre Hopkins down the middle, and then Calvin Ridley is in the end zone in the corners. So we'll see how it turns out.
All right, ready? So this is going to be a clip. So I'm gonna go ahead and just mark it that I'm gonna clip this. The answer is Will Levis. Okay,
maybe
I'm putting it right now into the universe. Will Levis will be a top 10 fantasy quarterback, and he will go undrafted in 99% of the leagues.
You're not wrong about that last part.
Dude, he is a gunslinger. He's athletic enough to get you your rushing touchdowns. I know some people, they're worried about drafting a pure pocket passer because you're not getting those rushing yards, those rushing touchdowns. But I'm telling you, Will Levis will have a top 10 fantasy quarterback season, and he's going to go undrafted. And I'm telling you, that's the most value right there. I'll take a flyer.
Yeah.
On the undrafted.
I see it.
I feel
there you go. Next one, the Chicago Bears. What are we thinking?
Dudes, I think it's going to be Cole Kmet. I think
like it.
I think that guy is going to get a lot of attention from Caleb Williams. Yeah, you got DJ Moore. I think he's going to get a lot of attention, but I do think that the success of the Chicago Bears is going to rely on Cole Kmet. Need to turn him into a Kelsey.
Somebody told me a long time ago, a rookie quarterback's best friend is his tight end.
That's my concept here.
Someone told me that a long time ago. Chandler, what do you think?
So because I had a and or. So because you grabbed the tight end there, I'll do my and or. I think it's their defense. I think it's the DST, defense special teams, and obviously not many people draft defenses, especially in the early rounds by any means. But I think we'll see a lot of necessary defensive stands from the Bears, just like the Jets did last year after Aaron Rodgers went out. They'll win them some games. They'll keep them close. I think you're going to have your rookie struggles. They say the NFL is faster than college tenfold. So he's going to struggle regardless. It just does. We'll see how it actually shows and how it looks in a game. But I think the biggest value on their team is their defense.
I love it.
Bobby.
And then we got the last one, the Indianapolis Colts. What we thinking?
Well, what you got, Brandon, for Bears?
Oh, my Bear. Yeah. Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
I was ready to swing.
We know it's Caleb, though.
No, it's not Caleb. I got DJ Moore. I
it.
think I had trouble saying this because he did so well last year, but I just think it's going to continue. He was wide receiver 6 last year. And I think wide receiver 6 with inconsistent quarterback play makes me think if Caleb Williams is going to be anywhere near consistent, that top 6, top 7 is, if that's a guaranteed pick, I don't know where he's going to fall on mocks and, how many. I feel like a lot of receivers are going to be taken ahead of DJ Moore. So I think if you end up, picking him up in the 2nd, 3rd round, I think you could get potential late 1st round value on him. So I definitely think that. Now on to the Indianapolis Colts. What do we think?
I think it's Big John Taylor, man. That guy's going to be the workhorse as usual. Their success relies on him. So
now, obviously, he won't get drafted top 5, but like y'all think he goes top 10, top 15,
top 10 overall,
9,
yeah,
10.
Overall.
Possible 9,
wow.
10.
Like I would honestly.
This was Jonathan Taylor, right?
Okay,
and
so let's open think tank this. Okay, so number 1 we think is Christian McCaffrey, right?
Sure. Yes.
Okay, and then so Tyreek Hill's going ahead of Jonathan Taylor.
Yes.
Justin Jefferson's going ahead of Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
Bijan's going ahead of Jonathan Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Brees ahead of Jonathan Taylor. I think so.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, so that there's your 5 there. And then 6. Oh man, maybe I could see it. Why not? I mean, okay, so like, I don't think people maybe people jump on Kyren Williams and maybe he'll get drafted ahead of Jonathan Taylor. You should. I mean, he should, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he should too. Jonathan Taylor. I mean,
Jonathan Taylor might be a top 10 pick. I didn't really think of it like that.
You think so?
Mayhaps.
What about Tony Pollard? Is he a top 10 pick?
No.
That's funny. Because I mean, obviously Anthony Richardson gets drafted as well, and I think he gets drafted pretty high.
You think so?
For a quarterback, yeah. I think he'll go top 10 quarterbacks.
Yeah,
sure.
I could see someone drafting Richardson if they're going to draft a security blanket at quarterback shortly after. I would draft him if you had maybe 2 picks close together, getting Richardson, because Richardson's one of those guys. If I can get him off waivers, that's fine. But that injury, I don't think he'll go to waivers. And that injury history is tough, man. He was banged up pretty much every time he stepped out onto the field. Even when he did play, he was hurt. Yeah. So that's tough.
So with my Jonathan Taylor question, and we don't really know what's going to show up with him, I think most value on that team is Pittman. Yep. Especially if Richardson can stay healthy. And then he's got himself a solid number 1 target. But we'll see. It should be a fun offense to watch if everybody's healthy and in prime form.
Right. I think Jonathan Taylor as well. That's what I put down.
Yeah.
I think he could slide in the draft. I mean, I thought he could slide in the draft due to people not liking his character after the whole contract thing. And he has it's sports. He's had injuries on top of injuries.
Yeah.
So that's also something to consider. But and to your Pittman point, Joshua Downs had a really good
He did have a good
rookie year.
Yep.
And if God forbid something happens to Pittman, Josh Downs could have a huge year.
Yep.
But
Yes.
yeah, all right. Sounds good. Y'all want to get into some games? We got
Game
games.
time.
It's game time. All right. So we are drafting today. And the draft is players that you believed in that didn't pan out for whatever reason. Could be they were just flat out bad. Could be injuries took them. Could be just, you know, the expectation was here and they ended up way below that. However you perceive it. Let's go. So how are we going to do the order? You want to do rock, paper, scissors?
I think yeah.
I'll go last.
I was about to say I think it's time for me to go last, but it doesn't matter.
Colby go last. I'll go first. Let's do this. All right, cool.
In the middle.
Yep. I don't like how Colby's got a weird strategy. He's like, I'll go last. He likes those back-to-back.
Yeah, he just wants to go back-to-back.
All right, so let me get situated myself, Chanman, and then Colby. And with my first pick in the players who didn't pan out that you believed in draft, I take Mr. Vince Young.
Yeah.
That's number one. That's number one, and it's fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
I figured we all had that one, but I'll take Mr. Vincent Young. I hope his name is Vincent.
Most likely.
All right, Chandler, what you got?
I'm going Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
We'll take the same draft class.
Same draft class. I respect it.
I hate y'all.
Don't be mad.
You decided to. You're the one that volunteered to go last. All right.
I got one that's gonna blow y'all out of the water.
All right, go. Let's hear it.
Kimbo Slice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
No,
come
I
on.
really love the innovativeness of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember watching that dude
out. You're right.
backyards and beating everybody up, and he got to the UFC, and then just kind of. But I think he had one fight with Houston Alexander that everybody was just waiting for.
No, the Houston Alexander fight. Yeah, no, he did. He won. It was a decision too, and everyone was so blown out. Everyone was so blown away. They're like, "Who thought this was gonna go to the judges?"
Right?
Because you just hear Kimbo Slice and you think vicious knockouts,
yeah.
And then it went to decision. That's crazy. All right, Colby, you go back to back.
I'm gonna go with David Carr. I had a lot of high hopes for that guy when they first started out.
Okay.
And,
nothing wrong with little D Carr.
Yeah, with that, and it wasn't really his fault.
The teams were ass. The teams were so bad.
Gave up historically the worst.
At that time, it was the most sacked quarterback of all time. Yeah. That I wonder if that still stands. I gotta double check that. All right, Chandler, what you got?
Oh shit, back to me. Let's go Trent Richardson out of Alabama.
Yeah, that's on my list. So thanks.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Anytime.
Okay. With my next pick, all right, I'm gonna go quarterback Matt Flynn.
Nice.
He broke the Packers record of touchdowns in a game. And I thought him being the backup to Aaron Rodgers, I was like, oh, he's gonna blow up. Then he signs with Seattle, and that 6 touchdown game gone.
Yep.
I don't even know. I hope, dude, he's probably selling insurance right now. But I got Matt Flynn.
That's a good one.
At 2. Do I go back to back?
Chandler, who was your 2? Yeah. Who was your second pick? Sorry.
Reggie Bush and Trent Richardson.
Okay.
Right. Okay. And then with my next pick, I'm going to go back to Houston, and I'm going to go Steve Slayton.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. That's a solid. I have a jersey of his.
Dude, Steve Slayton was an amazing rookie.
Yep.
And then just done. I think he was in the Canadian Football League last. That's unbelievable, Steve Slayton. All right, Chandler, what you got?
Give me. Oh, this is a tough one, man. I want to hit all these. All right, give me a disappointment just because he retired early. Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
I thought that guy had a huge career ahead of him, and he said, "I'm done."
That's unbelievable.
It was fucked up, man.
And
I like the Colts.
Yeah, you're a Colts guy.
I'm a Colts guy.
Oh, I totally forgot about
To
that.
be a Texans fan and secretly like the division rival, how do you
Yeah,
sleep
yeah,
at
it's
night?
rough. I mean, I like the Colts from before the Texans were a thing. So
Yeah.
how about it?
How
What you got,
about it?
Colby?
So I'm saying this because I remember when I think they were in the championship in college. This guy was just unstoppable in college, but Manti Te'o.
Manti
Hey,
Te'o, the fake
Yeah,
yeah,
girlfriend.
the fake
dude,
girlfriend,
I
man.
thought that guy was gonna be like, Joey
He
Bosa,
He
got
was
big
getting
time.
Heisman Trophy
yeah
Yeah,
votes.
like
Yep,
votes, and he's a
yep,
defensive player, which is
yep.
crazy,
yeah.
especially a
Where did he
linebacker at
go? Because
that.
he went to a team and then like not even a season.
I
Well,
think it was the Chargers.
he was with the Saints and the Chargers.
One each.
Yeah, no,
Gotcha.
he had a decent career with the Saints.
Oh, I'm just behind then.
Yeah,
Manti Te'o.
I just remember this
Yeah,
dude was gonna
he
change the
was with
game.
San Diego for 4 years.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, he ended his career with 1.5 sacks and
Sick.
2 interceptions. So there you
Nice.
go. No, yeah, that's tough. Yeah, he was with San Diego, New Orleans, and he had a brief stint with Chicago in 2020.
Mm.
Okay,
Damn, that
Kobe, you're going
recently
back to
too.
back.
All right, my was this fourth pick?
Yep.
I'm going with Jamarcus Russell. Yeah, I
Dude,
thought, I thought he was going to change the game. Big quarterback. No one can bring like Ben
arm was
Roethlisberger.
crazy.
Insane, but dude was just a bunch of dog water.
Dude couldn't stay off. I think he had a cough syrup addiction or some shit like
I
that.
remember the story where like they gave him like the playbook or something like that, and it's had something to do with him like studying it, and
Oh,
they
they gave
gave
him like a
a
fake
blank
playbook.
one, a
Oh
blank
yeah,
one.
they're just like, "Well, what do you think about our changes to the offense?" He's like, sounds good. It's
Yeah,
like
he's
it
like,
was
oh yeah, I
nothing
like that
on it.
one. Yeah, it's like,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
That's
That's
awesome.
another conversation for another time. But like the way that these teams, like they did Johnny Manziel,
The same
they
way. Yeah.
tracked his number, the amount of film he's watched, and the shit said 0 minutes.
Zero. Yeah.
What you got, Chandler?
Give me this wide receiver from fantasy purposes. I think it's a few years ago at this point in time, but he went off and I was like, this is the next big receiver. And Kelvin Benjamin.
Oh
Kelvin
yeah.
Thought that
Benjamin.
guy was it.
Hmm.
And
Just
he's
a big
not.
receiver. Yeah.
Was that
Mm.
was that one announcer said that he's a Popeye's biscuit away from being a tight end
Yeah, because he got fat,
because his
dude.
weight
Yeah,
was
he
so
got
bad?
fat.
Oh
That's
shit.
awesome.
All right.
But yeah, when he was with Carolina, it was just he had one
No,
crazy
yeah, I
year.
think I literally drafted him the next year, and
Yeah.
then
Then and nothing.
it was curtains after that. All right. I go back to back. So I am going to pick. I'm gonna go to the basketball world. I'm gonna pick Jimmer Fredette. Jimmer Fredette, I thought he was going to average 30 a game. He was one of the best college basketball three-point shooters. I mean, he was like Steph Curry before Steph Curry. Like he was unbelievable, was drafted a lottery pick and ended up doing fuck all with it. So I got Jimmer Fredette, and then my last pick, just because I really like Chandler and the Kelvin Benjamin pick, I'm gonna go Kevin White, the receiver for
Oh,
Chicago.
okay.
I thought he was going to be, I mean, he was a first round pick. I thought with his speed and his size, I thought he was going to be insane. And I think I ended up looking up the amount of games that he played, and it was unbelievable. I'm gonna look it up right now. Kevin White, when he was drafted to Chicago, this dude logged in his entire career 28 catches and no touchdowns, and
Solid.
he was drafted seventh overall to Chicago in 2015. Seventh overall
Mm.
pick, never scoring a touchdown and having 28 catches. Unbelievable. I got Kevin White.
That is crazy.
All right, y'all two rounded off. What you got?
Yeah, so we'll go. I got a three-way tie here, but I'm gonna go with Steven Strasburg, who just recently received
There you go.
his last payment from the Washington Nationals. But when he pitched against the Astros in 2017 World Series, I just thought that he was the best thing that was coming up. And obviously, he had been in the league for a little bit. He played for a little bit afterward, but he just never replicated what unfortunately happened to the Astros.
One of the bigger
Yeah.
finesse jobs.
Oh,
His
huge. My
contract.
God.
Finesse.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good word for that.
Rounded out, Colby.
I'm going with Amobi Okoye.
Amobi Okoye.
19-year-old draft prospect for the Houston Texans. I thought he was going to be the shit and piss, but he just did not pan out. I thought that him being in the league for so long was going to benefit him, but he just ended up
shitting and pissing.
Yeah. That's the only thing that came to mind. I'm sorry.
And so
I
I mean, you
love it.
can't not piss if you're taking a shit.
Yeah.
It happens.
Going over the team. So I went first. I got Vince Young, Matt Flynn, Steve Slayton, Jimmer Fredette, and Kevin White. Chandler got Reggie Bush, Trent Richardson, Andrew Luck, Kelvin Benjamin, Steven Strasburg. Colby got Kimbo Slice with the first pick. That's crazy. Kimbo Slice, David Carr, Manti Te'o, Jamarcus Russell, and Amobi Okoye. How about them apples?
First comment's gonna say Jamarcus going at 4 is insane.
It's the first comment. It's crazy.
It's like, what if I didn't like not all these busts I even liked in the first place? You know,
right?
Like I might not have even really liked him. Period. I have an honorable mention. He's still in the league. I think he was a rookie 2 years ago. But the Tennessee Titans, Malik Willis, the quarterback out of Liberty.
Yeah, I remember.
Yo, I was saying some crazy shit. I was saying that the Lions should pick him with the first pick when they got Aiden Hutchinson. I was literally saying they should take Malik Willis because I thought Jared Goff was like done.
Yeah,
like I didn't, because he had a rough year. Yeah, I didn't think he. I was like, man, you got to.
Well, Detroit is typically where you go to die.
Yeah, I was like, you got to get a quarterback here. And I was when they took Aiden Hutchinson, I was like, hey, they should really take Malik Willis, and he can't. He's number 3 on the depth chart right now.
Nice.
So that's unbelievable. All right, so
I had one more, but I totally backtracked from him because I looked at his stats and he actually ended up having a pretty good year.
Really, because like a guy named Thomas Brady.
Tom Brady. No,
I've never heard of him.
I remember watching JJ Redick in college, how he could not miss a shot.
The most hated college basketball
player. Yeah, he just every time he shot.
No,
he made
JJ Redick had a nice career.
Yeah. That's why I backtracked, but I thought like he was going to be like 40 points a game kind of guy, but no, like he had his 15 points a game, 18 points a game. He was pretty solid for a long
much
time,
more of a role player.
Yeah,
played it
like a Ray Allen, I guess.
Yeah, dude, his movement without the ball was something else.
Yep.
He just would not stop. He'd get back screens and catch corner threes all day long. So before we completely transition to baseball, I want to say that I have who has more.
Nice.
So I'm gonna name a stat, 2 players. You tell me who has more. It's not completely going away from football because I have 3 football and 3 baseball. Are you guys ready?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay. Who has more career rushing touchdowns? LaShawn McCoy or Ezekiel Elliott? Who has more career rushing touchdowns?
Shady.
Yeah, I want Shady, but I feel like it's Zeke.
Well, you got to just go with what you're going with. We don't sit on a fence here.
Yeah, I think it's Shady.
Y'all are both correct. LaShawn McCoy, 73 touchdowns, Ezekiel Elliott, 71. And LaShawn McCoy also caught a bunch of touchdowns. So what a career for LaShawn McCoy. Next one.
He was fun.
Who has more career receptions? Keenan Allen or Devontae Adams?
Allen.
Colby says Allen. What you got, Chan, man?
I think he's been in the league longer, right? Allen as well.
Going Keenan Allen over Devontae Adams?
I mean, not if I had to pick one, but yeah.
No, it is Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen has 904, Devontae Adams 872.
He's like 48, isn't he?
Yeah, he's old, man.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen's one of those dudes you're just waiting.
He's our age.
Yeah, you're waiting for him to you really regress, and then he just ends up. I think I was saying before last year's fantasy, I was saying I'm not touching Keenan Allen, and then towards the end, you're like, man, I kind of wish some weeks I really touched Keenan Allen. Pause. So okay. Who has more career passing touchdowns? Michael Vick or Jameis Winston?
Oh no.
Jameis.
Why not? This is
Jameis.
I think
this audio adventure we have.
Dude, I'm gonna go Mike Vick.
The answer is Jameis Winston.
I knew it was right, but I just wanted to be
like
different.
whenever you catch me pairing up someone like odd with like you gotta. I'm trying to play a trick, but no. Jameis Winston has 141 career passing touchdowns. Mike Vick 133.
Yeah, but how many rushing for Vic?
Exactly. That's part of it. That's part of it.
Who's got more receptions, Mike Vick or a tub of mayo? It's gotta be mayo.
It's gotta be. I think I remember Mike Vick throwing the ball, it getting slapped, and then he caught it and he kind of threw it to himself. Who has more? We're going baseball. Who has more career home runs? Freddie Freeman or Bryce Harper?
Oh man, that's a good one. Both are excellent players.
Like, Colby's like, before I make a decision, I just want to say,
I think here, brother, in the league longer, but Harper sounds right.
Chandler's going Harper. What you got, Garner?
Brycey.
The answer is Freddie Freeman. 327 to 319. So
I knew that, bro. I knew that.
8
off.
That's
like a year. I bet that's a year.
Okay. Who has more career home runs? Kyle Schwarber or Mookie Betts?
Schwarby. Let's do it. Come on.
What you got? Colby's locked in. Schwarby.
You know it's Schwarber. You know it's Schwarber.
All right, fine. I'm doing bets then. I'm still doing it.
The answer is Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
Bro, that's not right, bro.
260 to 257. 3 off.
About the baseball reference this shit.
That's crazy.
That's where I got these numbers from. Baseball reference. Okay. Who has a lower career ERA? Max Scherzer or Chris Sale?
Sale career?
Who has a lower career ERA?
I think it's Chris Sale.
Chandler's locking in Chris Sale.
Let's do Sale.
Yep. The answer is Chris Sale. A 3.06 to Scherzer's 3.14.
A lot of that has to do with how badass he is this year. Chris Sale is killing it.
Honestly, Chris Sale this year is out of
holy
his
crap.
mind.
Yeah.
All right. So that's our games. That's football. So let's transition into baseball. We are in the thick of it.
Yep.
And wanted to kind of start off the unfortunate news. The Atlanta Braves best players just kind of really not doing well health-wise. Ronald Acuna torn ACL. He's done skis. Spencer Strider's done skis. So I want to ask you guys, do you think the Braves, still a good baseball team as you look at their record, do you think the Braves have a chance to win the World Series given the Acuna and Strider injuries?
I still think Atlanta is talented enough. I think, I'm not saying, oh yeah, you guys are going to win, but obviously Strider and Acuna, man, that's huge hits, man. 2 extremely big hits. But I mean, you have Sale, Fried, Morton, and Reynaldo in your, starting.
You can do a lot worse than that.
Yeah, you can. And
I think you have Reynaldo, 2 aces in that lineup.
Yeah, Ronaldo's been a breath of fresh air. I don't know how good he's been lately, but like when he first started the season, it's like, God, dog, where did this guy come from?
He's been pretty decent.
Yeah, right. I'm not too sure about their bullpen, but I do think that their lineup, like with Matt Olson, Ozzy Albies, like you still have a team there that can definitely do something. I think they could, but there's just a lot of good teams out there. Like, the Baltimore Orioles, Yankees are playing really hard. Like, I don't know. They have enough talent to win it. I think so. But with all the other ones out there, like the Yankees, I think the Yankees are a team to beat this year, to be honest. But
there you go.
That's just the way I feel.
Words taste like vinegar coming out of your
mouth.
I
hate it. They're so good right now. Juan Soto is lit a fire.
Chandler, what do you think?
Yeah, I think if they make a push, it's gonna have to be through the wild card. I mean, I don't think that they're taking the division that belongs to the Phillies. And ultimately you're going to have to go through the Phillies. And I just don't know if you can do that in a 3 or 5 game set right now. But their offense has to figure it out. You got Duvall and Kelenic filling in for Acuna in the order, and Acuna wasn't really producing so much thus far.
That's
but
big, yeah.
It'll be interesting. That I mean, it's the bigger, not the bigger names, but it's the other big names. Like the Albies is doing all right, but Olsen, Riley's got to figure it out. Ozuna's doing everything he can. d'Arnaud is hot and cold. So it's just they have to put it all together. Their pitching's there for now anyway. And AJ Minter just went on the IL as well, so closers a little bit less than they were before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would. So my response to this is things could be a lot worse. I think you could have lost Strider and then have not figured out the more starters in that situation. Like maybe you lose Strider and you don't find a Reynaldo Lopez.
Yeah.
Maybe Freed doesn't pan out the way that he seems to be getting better week by week, and Chris Sale looks like one of the best pitchers in baseball. That couldn't have happened, and then maybe Acuna could have gone down when he was having another crazy MVP year, but
It'd be way different.
that wasn't the case.
Yep.
I think deep in the playoffs, I think you're going to miss the speed of Acuna. I think you're going to miss those stolen bases. Those little things is what wins a series. I can see them honestly. I can see them winning a series, but as far as winning it all, I just think there's just so much talent, and if you're going to be shorthanded, it's not the year to be shorthanded, unfortunately.
No.
Nope.
The Nationals might give them a run for their money, man. They're 5 games back.
That was before the season started. I've been telling you guys, the Washington Nationals, man. Like that's unbelievable.
Matt Gore has been pitching out of his mind.
Dude, Mackenzie Gore is one of those guys, man.
Mackenzie Gore, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's his name.
I'm sure people call him Mac. People could call him Mac. Mackenzie Mac. I like it. Mackenzie Gore, yeah, definitely a guy that was highly touted in the minors and when he was drafted, but really put it together. He was on my team for a good amount of time last season.
If he can start throwing 6 innings, it'd be huge.
Big strikeout dude whenever he's on, that's for sure.
Yep.
Ryan Weathers from the Marlins. He's been pitching really well.
Good
too.
Lord, yeah. Like
Marlins have great pitching always.
What's it always? What's it for? Like the really good pitchers on a bad team. It's like why?
Yeah.
Like was it Crochet? Crockett was it for the White
I think
Sox?
It's Crochet, but yeah,
dude's out of this world. Like he's got great stuff.
Eric Fried.
Yeah, Fred Fried.
Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, like the name that
he's been doing well.
All of y'all have gotten a trade involving him at some point.
Yeah.
Have been offered at some point. Yeah.
This flame gonna go out.
Perfect. So I want to, speaking on teams winning it all, let's talk about, I'm gonna name some teams and I want you guys to say, are they contenders or pretenders? And I'm going to start off big. I'm gonna start off with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Are they contenders or pretenders? What do you think?
Yep.
Yeah, they're
choke artists.
They're contenders. They're gonna be in the mix for sure. Yeah, they're just the Dodgers. They always have a chance. So hate saying it, but that's just who they are. So
what do you think?
I think they're pretenders.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
They win the division and then they go out in the first round. That's just their division's not that tough. Maybe San Diego makes a run for it. Who knows? But I think that they're going to win the division and then get knocked out of the playoffs, and that's it. It's the Dodger way.
So their starting 5 before the season started was supposed to be immaculate, one of the best in baseball. It hasn't been that, right? Like it's been good, it hasn't been top tier. So, like if honestly, if you put like a starting rotation of a Phillies versus the Dodgers, I take the Phillies all day long. Like that's just me personally. But if they don't get production out of the bottom of that lineup, it's gonna be tough. Somebody besides Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and the occasional Teoscar Hernandez, someone outside that's gonna have to have some production. It hasn't been there. There's like that's a team, and I know it's crazy to say with all the money they've spent or money they deferred. I guess
they will spend.
There's not enough. They're the most top heavy team in the league. And
Maxey's on the aisle, right?
Yeah.
Or Max Muncy.
Yeah, Muncy. I knew what
Maxey?
You combined the names and I knew exactly what you were saying. But like Gavin Lux, no.
Not it.
Not it. Like they need help. And even, like they had the rookie Pajes in center field. Like looked good. It was just not it right now.
Yeah,
they're a team that they need consistency from the bottom half of the lineup if they're going to be a legit contender. So I said pretenders for that reason. But obviously with stars like that, you can.
They're going to win
win
games, just not the important ones.
There you go. So the
you guys are
next
supposed to
one.
agree with me, so
My bad.
whatever.
I take back everything I said except for the words I used.
You remember on like game day morning before the NFL games start, they would predict there's like 4 people like Keyshawn Johnson, and they would predict and if you were the one person, they did the lone wolf thing where they would go, ooh, because you're the only person that picked that team. That's Colby right now. The New York Yankees. I can't wait to see how Chandler spins this into them being pretenders.
I'm ready.
Well, Colby basically said that they're the team to beat. So he said that. So
they're the best team in baseball to me.
Yep. So. Fucking hate saying this, but they are easily the best team in baseball. And it's
Chandler's like, however.
Yeah, well, they lost Clark Schmidt, no. Aaron Judge is turning it on. Freaking Juan Soto is that guy. Like he's just doing it. And Anthony Volpe atop the order. Like DJ LeMahieu was supposed to come back and start leading off. No, that dude's batting 8th. And so it's just like where are the holes? And then you get Garrett Cole back, and it's just not
fuck all.
It's not looking good for every other team that's not the Yankees. Contenders for sure. And favorites at this point.
Yeah, I agree with you, but especially that starting rotation, to me, on paper before the season started, I'm thinking if Cole's out, who's going to get 6 innings on this? But then it completely like Rondon, that guy, Nestor Cortez, not as bad as he usually is.
Yep.
Clark Schmidt, 10 Ks in a game. Like
Marcus Stroman's pitching really well.
Yeah. Colby, you should like Marcus Stroman because I just found out he's like 5'8". Yeah. Colby's like, I know. You see, Colby interrupted me and he's like, 5'8". Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know these things.
For anybody out there listening, Colby has a Rolodex of all short athletes of all time.
Short sense.
I think we found our next draft. Like
I did
best shortest players of all time.
Oh, dude.
Let's do it. I'm ready. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna smoke.
He's like, I already got it written down. Actually, I rank them constantly. I update my rankings on a daily basis.
A dynamic list.
Trending Holiday.
Trending Holiday.
Yep.
Get on my level.
Dude, Lionel Messi scores another goal, and he's like, oh, there goes Darren Sproles dropping down the list.
I did want to say something negative about a Yankees player. Gleyber Torres sucks right now. He's batting 229, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs, 114 points total, and he's only averaging 2.0 average. So fuck you, Yankees.
It's fantastic.
Wide Eddie Podcast, you get nonstop sports news and advice. It's just like fuck Gleyber Torres.
Yeah.
No, I respect it. No, I mean
that's fantastic.
Contenders, yep. Yeah, so the Yankees contenders except Gleyber Torres.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
All right. Next one we got on the list, the Philadelphia Phillies. What do we think?
Contender.
Yes.
Absolutely, right?
Yes.
They might be the best team in baseball. Like, honestly, like I know we say the Yankees, but come on.
So, I mean, 2-3 years ago, this team really started heating up and turned into one of my favorite teams to watch just from an entertainment purpose standpoint.
Absolutely.
And now they're performing well. It's just like, it's not a game I turn off if it's on instead of the Astros. I'm not even looking to switch the channel. They're just a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, it'll be, they're top for sure.
Again, I'm as far as history in baseball, I've just now submerged myself into baseball fully the last 2 years. So my knowledge of what happened, in 2015, 16, 17, it's not going to be very good.
Sure.
So this might not be a crazy statement, but Bryce Harper is must-see TV. Yes. This dude is fighting everybody. He's cranking walk-offs. He is literally just like, I'm sure the traditional baseball fans hate him because he's very like loud and, colorful with and I know like the old dudes hate that. I love that shit. I'm like, talk your shit. That's my favorite part about sports is talking shit. But Bryce Harper, good grief, that guy.
I love seeing the contrast in what people over here say about Bryce Harper and then people over there.
It's polar.
I'm kind of like more like towards, man, this guy, he's a baller, dude. But
it's like
so many people are just like, you just complaining, man. Dude, just made you shut up. Straight up. Like,
I bet they watch soccer.
Yeah, something, man. It's like, dude Bryce Harper's a gamer, dude.
I just love those.
Don't piss him off.
No, right. It's those dudes that can talk shit, but are what are you gonna say against them?
Yeah, and he backs it up too. He will literally talk shit while you're throwing the ball and then hit it out of the park. Like,
Unbelievable.
I can't wait for you to post this segment and then somebody in the comments be like, "Yeah, you guys are just
he's a pretty
get off
boy.
his knob, bro."
I don't care, dude. I don't give
real recognize real.
I love anybody that can talk shit and back it up with play. That's all I'm about. It's the dudes that talk shit that can't play. Yeah. That's what annoys me. Yep. But when you're turning heads like that, man, unbelievable. I think that Phillies team is stacked. You want to talk about? We just talked about it. Probably the best starting 5 in baseball, and then you got Schwarber, who's not being awful,
batting 250, bro.
Is he really batting 250?
Come on, let me show you.
I'm gonna throw up.
Come on.
He's like 248.
I think we had some type of bet that if he was batting above 220, that I had to do something crazy. I'm glad none of us remember.
He's got it in the season. He's got it in the season.
I'm glad none of us remember.
I was hoping for 220. Like if he can stay at 220, I'm
absolutely.
happy. $3
if he can hit his weight, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, Kyle Schwarber's not terrible. Alec Baum is one of the most consistent players in baseball. Bryce Harper's electric. Nick Castellanos is figuring it out. He looked awful to start the year, but he's week by week getting better.
JT Realmuto, he started off horrible, and now he's batting 284.
Edmundo Sosa?
Yeah, fill in. Dude. It's popping off.
Yep. And then you got Trey Turner coming back, bro.
Come on.
Yep. And Bryson Stott, don't forget about that guy. He can do it all.
Anybody who says, I know we talk Yankees, we talk Dodgers, if someone were to say Phillies are the favorite to win, I might not agree, but I wouldn't be mad at it.
It's gotta be them and the Yankees in the World Series right now.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Don't mess with them Phillies, man. There's something.
All right, let's keep it going. The Baltimore Orioles, pretenders or contenders? They're the most likable team, probably.
Yeah, I think they have a shot, man.
Yeah.
I think they really do. Obviously, not with the Yankees in front of them. They're only 4 games behind, which is insane. But I think they have a shot going as a wild card, a better shot than the Braves do at this point as well.
And for that reason, I'm out. I think they're contenders.
Dude, Gunnar Henderson. We knew he was going to be good, but the power that this guy showed up with this year. I mean, I think he hit 20 last year. Now he's at 20 right now as we're talking. Like, crazy. What? No, he's ranking. Again, this team they're the most likable just because Baltimore has been bad for so many years that when they're good, people can't really complain. It's like they're like the Detroit Lions in the NFL, where it's like y'all have been bad for so long that when y'all are doing good, we like it because we all like an underdog story. Yep. But we're all like, y'all have been bad for so long. Y'all kind of deserve this, right? For the most part. But yeah, I think they can really get it done. They got 3 really good starting pitchers. They got Rodriguez, they got Burns, and they got
Bradish.
I was gonna say Darvish. I'm like, wrong guy for so many reasons. But it would does Kremer come back from the IL and does he claim that 4th spot? You got Irving, those bottom 2 starters. I like to see the consistency stay for the course of the season, but that lineup, man.
Yeah, and John Means on the IL again now too.
Yeah,
it's rough.
That's happening, right? That was definitely on your bingo card for this year. And then we got the last one, right? We got the Cleveland Guardians. Colby, you having Jose Ramirez. Let's talk about it. What are you doing, my guy?
I'm shaking my head no. They're contenders.
Oh, they're pretenders?
Contenders. Yeah, they're pretenders.
So you're not in on the Guardians. Why not?
No, because I have to be different right now. I don't want to go with the crowd.
No, I
right
don't.
Now you are the crowd, my guy.
Yeah, no, I'm saying pretenders as well.
Oh, okay. You're definitely the crowd.
Colby's like, all right, so here's why.
So here's why they're gonna win, right?
No, the thing with the Guardians, I gotta see the same thing I was talking about with the Dodgers. Outside of Ramirez, outside of Naylor, Josh Naylor, that is, I got to see some type of production. I mean, the guy that's a interesting fantasy player, is Tyler Freeman, and he's barely. I don't think he's batting 230. Like there's too many
David
holes.
Fry though.
David Fry, holy shit, hitting it and slugging it towards the top of the league, out of better than anybody.
Yep, right now he's crushing it.
Is he on? Do you still have him on your team?
No, I dropped him a while ago, but
Somebody's
he panned out.
appreciating that.
Yeah, somebody likes him right now for sure.
And he's a big part of why they're doing so good now. I like their rotation, don't love it, but the fact that they have so many wins that they do, good on them. But that them in a series with one of those serious power hitters, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I've got him as contenders because I think it's interesting. I think if you match him up with somebody like a Baltimore Orioles, it's gonna be a good series. And they are obviously leading the division right now. Kansas City's right on their heels by 2 games, and so it'll be curious to see how that pans out. But I mean, I think you take the Guardians and match them up against anybody in the AL West, Guardians win that. Anybody but the Yankees in the East, they win that. And then if they win the Central, then who else are they looking at on that side of things? So I think they're playing damn good baseball. And I thought Jose Ramirez would be the only guy, and he wasn't. Steven Kwan came back today too.
Ooh, your boy.
You're welcome.
I love it. So we got some pretenders or some contenders. Now let's stick with baseball, and then let's talk about some trade targets. These are some names that have been mentioned by some reporters to have been mentioned in trade talks and are on the market fielding offers. I'm going to say some guys, and I want you to tell me where you think they could end up. And the number one guy who I've been hearing about is Bo Bichette. If he were to leave Toronto, where do you see Bo Bichette going to?
The machete.
What you got? What'd you say?
Dodgers.
Damn it, dude. God.
I think he goes to the Dodgers.
That's such a good idea, and that's good. That might make the Dodgers. That might fix the issue that I was talking about.
Yeah.
What do you think, Chandler?
I literally have the Dodgers as well. I think you put Mookie back at second. You get Gavin Lux out of the order. You slide Bo Bichette in there because he's not going to go to a team that's worse off than the Blue Jays. And while the Blue Jays aren't performing well right now, historically they've been a pretty decent team, top 3rd team. So you got to make sure he goes to a good team. And then I don't know where he's going to slot in that order. Maybe 6, 7. I don't know if he's very comfortable down there. That's typically punishment for a guy like Bo Bichette, but yeah, I think that's the only one that makes sense. And they are not afraid to spend money because they save so much from deferments.
This is true. A spot I really like for Bichette, I got the San Francisco Giants. Okay. I think that's a team that I actually saw in reports actually being incredibly interested. And I think the Giants can play well enough to where, and we talked about it before the season started, I had the Giants actually going on a bit of a run. That was before I knew Blake Snell is a bum. But
hate that guy.
Bo Bichette to the Giants. I like it. Next one. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Vladdy, if he were to leave Toronto, where we got?
Dodgers.
Let's do it. DH him?
Yeah.
Where does Shohei go?
DH him too.
Multiple DHs.
Yeah.
I got either the Mariners, the Twins, or the Astros.
Nope. Okay.
I don't think the Astros happen, but I think the Mariners could definitely use an upgrade to Ty France, and then the Twins are bouncing back and forth between Carlos Santana and Kirilloff. And if you could slot Vladdy into that spot,
we're in the same. I have the Twins as well. I think Vladdy on the Twins is definitely a upgrade from Santana or whoever they plug there, Kirilloff or whatever. Jesus Luzardo, starting pitcher for the Marlins. Here's the thing. I think Marlins are a surefire like garage sale. I think we saw Luis Arias go early on before deals are even happening like that. But where do we think Jesus Luzardo, who wants some pitching? Where we think we're going?
Well, were you going to say Dodgers?
Dodgers.
Sure enough.
They love garage sales. So
you got Dodgers as well?
Dodgers.
No,
yeah.
not me.
He said, no, not me.
Not this time.
Why not, man? Dodgers, man. This is the Dodgers.
Yeah, why not? Just everybody to the Dodgers.
Yeah,
I love it. Pete Alonso going there too.
maybe.
All right, fantastic. Oh
What you
man, I
Chandler?
got 4 teams. I got either the Padres or the Orioles because they don't have a left-handed pitcher on their staff right now.
Okay.
I got the Brewers, who's the only left-handed pitcher they have is Gasser, but I think Luzardo and Freddie Peralta would be a pretty decent one too because Wade Miley's on the IL.
Yeah.
And then I still have the Twins. I think that their pitching's been decent right now, but struggling a little bit. And any one of those 4 teams is a huge upgrade to the Miami Marlins. So go win yourself some games, get some confidence back, and pitch like everybody knows Jesus Luzardo can pitch.
Right. I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but at the end of one of our pods, I talked about some dudes that I think could be moving, and I talked about Jesus Luzardo, and I think I had him going to the Cleveland Guardians.
Okay.
I could see Guardians needing an extra starter or a replacement for their 5th. And I think Jesus Luzardo would be great. Go to a team that's near the top with wins. They're going to be a playoff team like we talked about. And I think he could thrive there. Next one, last one, Pete Alonso. Colby, I'm going to save you some time. The Dodgers. Okay.
The Detroit Tigers. No, I'd say Dodgers.
Yeah, the Dodgers.
Wonderful.
I mean, he could go to the Tigers too. Why not?
Yeah,
they could.
Spencer Torkelson sucks.
He's just now starting to hit homers, and it bothered me. Chandler, where you got Pete
I got
Alonso?
the same 3 that I had
for
Vladdy.
Yeah,
Mariners, Twins, or Astros, and I don't think it's the Astros. So whichever.
How would you
Mariners
feel? Can we talk? Let's turn this into a therapy session. How would you feel if Pete Alonso went to the Astros?
I don't know why I don't like the guy.
I would.
I don't have a reason for it. He put on the most entertaining home run derby I've ever seen in my entire life, and
but
I'm just
still,
like, nah. Yeah, nah. But
he's exceeding your expectations this year, though, right?
He is, as far as a good performance.
Mm-hmm. Would you rather have him or Jose Abreu?
Well, Colby
asked the hard-hitting question.
Right now, I'd take Pete Alonso. Yeah.
Would you take John Singleton or Pete Alonso?
I mean, I think they'd be a cool 1-2 punch, but I like what Singleton's doing, and I like the left-handed bat.
Yeah. This is why I hate baseball right here, because if we try to get Pete Alonso, I will quit forever, because I don't know, this whole thing with the first baseman with a spot of bringing back Jose Abreu, I'm such a don't fix what's not broke kind of guy.
Yep.
Singleton was playing really well, and Jose Abreu was not playing really well, and he was not playing really well in the minors. So why are we bringing this guy back? Why are we going to try and put a player who has not been doing well back in the majors over a guy who has been playing really well? That makes no sense. But it does make sense because there's money involved. There's always some sort of, string being pulled to say, no, we're paying money for this guy. We can't just let him sit. And that's what pisses me off, and that's what makes people not win, is that concept. We're more worried about how much money we're paying the guy as opposed to winning a game. That's what makes me mad. I don't mean to go on that rant, guys. I'm sorry.
No, that's perfect.
That shit pisses me off. Like,
that's why I don't think any of these first basemen will go to the Astros, is because we just paid Jose Abreu and we're still paying him. Take a guess at what his payroll is this year.
Who?
Abreu.
How many? Can I guess how much he's making a year?
Yeah, just right now, just this year.
It's a lot.
Isn't it like 12?
I was gonna prove me wrong.
19.5.
Jesus Christ.
That's why he's back.
Yeah.
You can't pay that guy to do that in the complex league or the AAA, like, he better be on your fucking roster somewhere.
Yeah.
But unfortunately he sucks.
So it's not because someone is playing well or bad. It's because we're paying that guy money no matter how bad he's playing. And I get the business. I do, but we're trying to win games. If your business is based off of we're trying to just have as many wins as we possibly can, that's not the way you do it.
No, but also think of it like fantasy, right? Because we know who Jose Abreu is and what he's capable of. He was an MVP at one point in time, right?
I get it.
And so, like, if you have a guy like that that's not performing and you want him off of your roster for good, if you want to get rid of that payroll and what you're actually having to pay him for that year, you need him to perform a little bit and gain a little bit of traction, gain some appeal before you can actually move him somewhere. Because right now, nobody wants Jose Abreu.
Yeah.
If he starts smacking a couple bombs, we could still be of the mindset of, okay, great, now you're doing well, go do that for somebody else. We're done taking chances on you.
Right.
Back to John Singletary we go.
Yeah. And I get it. I totally get that concept. I totally get the why. But we're in a position where, we can't lose that many more games because we're all neck and neck here, with Texas and
AL West is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy bad.
No, there's no clear winner here. But so that's why this is such a very sensitive time for, either way, like with the Rangers, the Astros, and the Mariners, they cannot lose any more games. They have to start winning. And when the money comes into that aspect, it just makes
stupid.
It's just too of a sensitive time for you to be like, oh, well, we need to play that guy because we're paying him a lot of money. That's not the way you win, and that's not the way you get to the playoffs.
And I can't say that's how it is right now, but that's sure as fuck what it looks like.
What do I know?
It's exactly what
I'm
it looks
a real
like
estate agent, guys. Y'all need to buy, seller,
and also the part that's vitally important is the general manager has to make it look like his decisions are warranted.
Yeah.
And if there's also some job security, because the general manager is one guy. Like, obviously, they consult with who they consult with, but the general manager is one guy. And if I pay a guy 19 million and then I end up having to bench him, that's going to look shitty, especially
I get it.
Yeah. And there's also some personal investment that goes in there. But it's easier.
It's also a money ball.
It's easier to have him play, and hopefully he figures it out, than having to put a GM's job on the line by
I get it. It just sucks. It just sucks all the way around.
It's the worst.
Yep.
Okay. So Pete Alonso.
Oh yeah, where are you going? Where's he going?
Bro, I'm sorry. I
got Pete Alonso to the Mariners.
Nice.
Pete Alonso to the Mariners. Nice. Julio Rodriguez seems to be turning around a little bit, but I think they could use a lot more power in that lineup. And Pete Alonso is, if he's anything, it's that. Really
power.
Yeah, he's power.
Yeah.
Brings the heat. All right. Man, I really want a soundboard or figure out how to do a soundboard so I can just say it's Chandler's Runway. Here it comes. Everybody just take a breather.
Take 10.
Take 10. Okay, let's do it. All right, this is Chandler's Runway. What we got? Talk to us.
Short runway today. Basically, I went through, and because we're in the middle of fantasy baseball, right? This is the thick of it. This is when things actually start mattering, or start to matter. That's better English.
Mattering.
Yeah, we're just making up things on the fly.
I'm stupid. I'm so stupid that I was thinking man, he knows some shit.
I don't. That might be a word. Who knows? It sounds right. You know what I mean? But who knows?
Let's do it.
But so we're gonna look at 15 teams for pitchers and hitting streamers, right? So I'm gonna give you basically 3 different categories, 5 teams apiece for who to pitch against right now, and who to stream your hitters against as well. So starting off with pitchers, and we're going to go with avoid these teams at all costs unless you have an ace that just doesn't matter who you're playing against, right? What's funny is we kind of hit all of these teams based off of everything else that we've already talked about, contender, pretender, where these trade values could go. But it's the Dodgers, the Guardians, the Phillies, the Royals, and the Yankees. Top 5 run scoring teams in the MLB right now. So don't want to throw against them unless you absolutely have to. And I love the fact that the Royals are on that list. That makes me super happy. 5 teams that'll get you almost free wins if you pitch against them. You got the White Sox, the Marlins, the Cardinals, the Blue Jays, and the Nationals. That's the reason. The Nationals are the reason I say almost, because you don't really know what Nationals team you're going to get whenever they come out and play. Next section is you want some strikeouts? Pitch against these guys. We got the Seattle Mariners, the Boston Red Sox, the Oakland Athletics, Pittsburgh Pirates, and Cincinnati Reds. They're all top 5 in strikeouts in the league right now. So there's plenty of them. I'm pretty sure that from the Mariners, which are number 1, down to the number 6, is a disparity of 60 strikeouts. So these top 5 teams are really striking out heavily, right? Every other team, in my opinion, is an actual 50-50. You could get shut out, or you could get put up 10 runs by the second inning. It could go either way. You got to take that chance. My advisement is to never pitch in Coors Field regardless. So I'm going to stick to that one as well. For hitters, you want to avoid streaming hitters against these teams. It's always a good idea to check out the schedule before you pick up a hitter as well, because if you're picking up on a Sunday and then they have a Monday, Thursday off, you get 5 days of that hitter. And then if against the Dodgers and then the Yankees, you're just kind of screwing yourself or shooting yourself in the foot there. But avoid the Yankees, the Royals, the Orioles, the Phillies, the Dodgers. It seems super similar to who to avoid pitching to. That's because these teams are very well rounded. Free points for hitters whenever you stream against these teams: Colorado Rockies, Miami Marlins, White Sox, Athletics, and the Angels. It doesn't look like any one of those 5 teams are ever gonna figure it out. We talked is from their pitching side anyway. We talked about the Marlins pretty well today, and they're just a fire sale. So your opportunities against them are only going to get better. And then if you want some homers, these are the top 5 teams that give up the most. We got the Tampa Bay Rays, the Toronto Blue Jays, San Diego Padres. That all sounds way too good. And then St. Louis Cardinals, Minnesota Twins. So we don't play in a rotisserie league, but I know it's super important. I didn't do anything based off of steals or RBIs or anything like that. But homers in our league are 12 points a pop, and that's pretty freaking cool. So if you're looking for a big uptick in points, or you're trying to make up a lot of ground given any day, those are the 5 teams you shoot for. And I have the same sentiment as I did with the pitchers. Every other team is 50-50. They could throw a no-hitter against you, or your guys could put up 10 plus runs by the second inning. So we got 30 teams total that we looked at, which makes 30 teams total that we didn't look at. So those are the 50-50 teams. Go back, replay it, look forward to it. This changes weekly as well. And so this is just for the upcoming week to keep your eye on. You'll notice the trends.
Hell yeah, brothers.
I think that was under 10 minutes.
You kind of killed that. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting it to be longer, and I was like, all right,
that was super duper.
Pick this thing back
Thanks.
up. I really think it's super helpful to know, just keep in mind especially we all know the teams that we don't want to stream pitchers against, right? But
sure.
I don't think enough people think about the hitting side of it. Like, oh, if you're playing the Rockies, it might be good if you need to stream an outfielder. Absolutely.
At the Rockies?
Yeah. At the Rockies, for sure. Yeah. But you can't always go off of those 7-day stats, because they could have played teams like the Rockies or the A's, away, and they could have crushed it, and they're coming home to play the Braves, and their first matchup is Chris Sale. You're like, I don't want that, Right. So you always got to look ahead.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, guys.
All right. Well, I got some UFC. UFCA. We got some UFCA. This is going to be on and popping, man. We got a pay-per-view this weekend. We got Islam Makhachev versus
I didn't know that was this weekend.
Dustin
this is exciting stuff.
Poirier.
Dude.
For a 155-pound belt. Co-main event, Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. Kevin Holland versus Michael Oleksiejczuk. Nico Price, Alex Morono. He's from the Woodlands, by the way.
Oh, fun.
Shout out Houston. Randy Brown's fighting. Roman Kopylov is fighting. Jalton Almeida, Alexander Romanov is fighting. Like Grant Dawson. We got some Jake Matthews. This is a hell of a card. And it's going to be super fun. The main parts I want to get to, specifically 5 bets that I really like, and then we'll kind of get to the bet side of it and just overall the fight side of it. The first fight I really want to point out is Philip Rowe, Jake Matthews. I really like Jake Matthews in this fight. He's sitting at -165. I think he's one of the locks today. Phil Rowe has struggled when fighting a wrestler. Jake Matthews, really good mixed martial artist, can really mix it up well with his boxing and his striking. Boxing and wrestling. I think Jake Matthews implements some takedowns, wins a clean decision. I'm taking him to win. Next fight, we got Randy Brown versus Zaleski Dos Santos. I am taking Randy Brown at -185. I think he picks him apart. Dos Santos has been in here for a while. He's had some tough fights, some bloody fights. I just think, age, stuff like that, really coming into play. Randy Brown's a young prospect. I'm taking Randy Brown -185. The next one, Nico Price, Alex Morono. I'm taking Alex Morono because I don't think Nico Price can win a fight anymore. And of course, I'm going to say this, and he's probably going to just come out with a negative 3-second knockout. But Nico Price is a wild man. I don't even know if he trains legitly. He's just, he's kind of just a wild dude. His wins have come from just really scrapping it out. Alex Morono, good jiu-jitsu, good striking. I think Alex Morono gets him in a guillotine. He gets a submission. I'm taking Alex Morono minus 260. Next one, Sean Strickland, Paulo Costa. As much as I don't like Sean Strickland, I don't see a way where he loses this fight. I think Paulo Costa, Sean Strickland's going to walk Paulo Costa down because that's what Sean Strickland does. And Paulo Costa doesn't seem to do very well when the pressure's on him. He likes to be the one to push the pace, and Sean Strickland's just a madman. So I'm taking Strickland minus 275. And then the main event, Islam Makhachev, Dustin Poirier. I'm not gonna, just so I can just still ride with Dustin in this fight. I'm going to say this fight does not complete 3 rounds. That's sitting at minus 225. I think we get a finish inside 3 rounds. Who's going to do the finishing? I don't know, but I mean, realistically, Makhachev should win this one fairly easy, fairly simple. Poirier has the best story out of here, and he honestly looks the worst whenever he does fight for the title. He looks great when he's fighting anyone else, but anytime Poirier's fought for the belt, it just aside from the Max Holloway, interim 155-pound belt back in the day, Poirier just never looks good when the belt's on the line. So I would take Makhachev, but the odds are crazy. What's he sitting at? Minus 600. Yeah, thank you.
Jeez.
But this one should be, this is top to bottom. There's going to be some crazy knockouts from when you turn on the prelims, and there's so much talent here. Like, you got Grant Dawson on the 5th fight of the night. That's unbelievable. So this is going to be a super good one. Jonathan Almeida, Romanov. Either Romanov is going to clean his clock, or Almeida's going to take him down and choke him till he can't breathe no more. So that's going to be, Kevin Holland is always fun. Super fun card. But if you take the bets that I gave you, that's Sean Strickland, Randy Brown, Jake Matthews, Alex Morono, and then the Islam Poirier fight does not go 3 rounds. That's at plus 575. $50 wins you $287. And that's what I got. I want to try something with you guys real quick, and then we'll call it. But I found this, and I want to see how this works. This could be a failure, but I think it'd be fun. So let me share my screen.
We must fail to succeed.
That's all it is, brother.
Shogun.
All right. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a bracket of the best NFL uniforms. Okay.
All right.
And we got this versus this. You guys tell me. I'm gonna be the tiebreaker. Okay. So we got the Saints versus the Seahawks. Y'all tell me who you think has the cleaner uniforms, and then if it's a tie, I'll be the tiebreaker, and then we'll see who has the best jerseys. Let's do it.
The Wide 80 podcast tournament bracket.
Let's do it.
I love it.
All right, Colby, what do you like? You like the Saints? You like the Seahawks?
That's actually tough because I like both of those jerseys, but I'm going to run with... Man, I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Yeah, I was leaning towards Seahawks as well.
All right, we'll do that. Okay. We
We
got the Andrew Luck Colts. I don't know if like the actual era means anything, but
They're
we
so
got
similar.
the Colts and the Detroit Lions. What we got, Chandler?
Yeah, I like the Lions with the silver helmets.
Agreed.
All right,
go with Lions.
I think we're in unison there. Next one, the Minnesota Vikings, or is it the Philadelphia Eagles? I'm gonna go this specific.
Yeah.
So we got the old school
green,
Vince Papale, Philadelphia Eagles, and then we got the modern day Minnesota Vikings. What you got?
Yeah, I'm going with the Papales over there, man. That looks good.
With the Eagles. What do you think, Chandler?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the Kelly Green, so I gotta go Vikings.
Ooh.
Oh my God. And you know what?
Dog water.
I think Minnesota has some of the cleanest color schemes. So I'm gonna go Vikings.
You're a purple guy too. Let's go.
I'm a purple guy. Yeah.
You guys suck. I'm just kidding.
So we got the new LA Rams, and then we got the San Francisco 49ers.
Niners.
We got.
I gotta go Rams.
All right, I'm gonna do the tiebreaker, and I'm gonna go the Niners because I actually think these are atrocious, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
I just like the helmet and the throwback to the St. Louis style.
All right, we got
this one's tough.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, modern day Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we got kind of the new Jets with the green helmets.
Dude, I like green. It's my favorite color, so I gotta go with the Jets.
Color.
Yeah.
What do you think, Chandler?
I like the Tampa.
I
like Tampa.
Fuck, this is okay. That
one's tough though.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Man, if I'm looking at these two uniforms,
yeah,
which one are you putting on, bro?
I like the far right Tampa one too. I don't know who that is. 45.
Oh man, I'm going Jets.
Do it.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Sorry, one of the greens stuck.
Whoa.
Okay, so we got the alternate Colts with the all blue helmet, and then we got the regular Tennessee Titans.
Give me Titans.
I'm going with Peyton over there, buddy.
I'm going with the Titans. This is awful. This is
ugly.
That is bad. Bro, that is sexual right there.
Look at those sleeves, man.
Sexual right there. Okay. So we literally have the brand new Tennessee Titans,
and then a trash fucking team on the left.
The Cowboys.
So Titans for me.
Titans.
No, I agree. And I'm not just trying to be a Cowboy hater. I just really. Okay, so we have like the mid 2000s Buffalo.
Yeah, those are
like the JP Lossman, Trent
like
Edwards. Yeah,
but I do really like Jaguars.
Jacksonville's hard to beat.
Yeah, the teal. My vote's teal.
Yeah, the one on the right.
The Jaguars have some of the cleanest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eric Moulds. How about that? All right. The today Buffalo Bills and the old school Jets with fucking it was like Joe Namath Jets.
I got the Bills on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jets. I really don't like those Bills uniforms.
I'm going Bills. I'm not. Doesn't do it for me. Then again, okay, we got the battle red Texans, but the powder
blue. Oh my god!
No way!
Fuck!
Come on, boys. Let's try to be partial here.
I'm sorry, Texans, man. I love that color scheme on the right, but I don't know something about it. You know what I'm saying?
Chandler, if you choose the Texans, it keeps me out of it.
Yeah, I know. I want you in it though, so I'm gonna go powder blue.
Y'all don't want because I can turn my fandom off really quick.
Yeah. No, I just think the powder blues are more iconic. The Texans mean more to us.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Fluffy pillow on the right hand side, and then all left.
Fluffy
like I'm about to kill you.
Fluffy pillow. All right.
That's Downy Ultra Soft, man.
Oh, you guys know which one I'm picking.
All right, on the left we got the black.
I like the black Cardinals though.
And then we got the Dolphins. It looks like it's the older school Dolphins. Yeah.
Dolphins. That's my favorite jersey of all time.
Give me throwback Dolphins.
Yeah,
I like the black Arizona though.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh
good.
My god, the old Packers.
No, what is on the right there?
That's the Buffalo Bills. It's really the same, just no stripes.
Just watching a bunch of monster trucks or something run by. Look at this.
What are we going with here?
Oh, dude, let's go left, man. Let's just be different.
Dude, I hate those. Much.
Colby, you're on your own.
Those are so bad.
All right. So, okay, we got the Saints with the black jerseys, gold helmet, and the yellow pants. And then we got the Chiefs.
Give me the Saints.
The Chiefs. Why? What do we got against the Chiefs now?
Give me the Falcons.
They win too much, just like the Patriots back in the day.
Yeah. So we got the Falcons. We're going Falcons against the Redskins.
Dude, those Redskins
are yellow.
Let's go Falcons. Yeah.
They're yellow. We got the Baker Mayfield Cleveland Browns, and then we have the modern day Giants.
Cleveland.
Yeah, I actually like the Browns there.
Yeah. Do it.
Last one on this tier.
Nice.
The black on black Baltimore Ravens, black helmet, black jersey, black pants, and then the pretty much the regular Cardinals.
I'm down with David Montgomery over there.
I'm going Ravens, man.
David Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
Chandler, you went Ravens?
Yeah.
I'm going Ravens as well. All right.
He's got no style.
Now we're moving up. So we already picked these, so this is second round.
All right.
Yeah, it's not fair that there's a cool graphic for the Detroit Lions ones though.
The Seattle Seahawks, the Richard Sherman, the Legion
Bobby
of
Wagner,
Boom.
Legion of Boom, yeah.
And then we
Chancellor.
have the today Lions. Which one you got?
I got Seahawks.
Yeah, I think I Seahawks too.
Yeah,
That lime green shoulder pad is cool.
Mm-hmm.
The Niners or the Vikings jerseys?
Ooh.
I hate the Niners jerseys, so I gotta go Vikings.
Going with the Niners.
Vikings win that one. All right, so we got the Jets or the Titans.
Jets.
I'll take Jets in this one.
Let's do it. Titans. I don't know why there's two Titans and they're the same. They look similar. The Titans or the Jags. We're going Jaguars, right?
Yeah, Jags.
Yeah,
for sure.
Jags.
Here we go.
Powder Blues.
Powder blue.
Blues.
Chargers over the Bills.
Yeah, they're gonna win this whole thing. I'm pretty sure.
I think they might win it.
Or
I don't
Dolphins.
know, though.
Dolphins over Classic
Dolphins,
Bills.
yes.
There's another side to this, by the way.
Oh shit!
Oh my
I
God.
gotta
didn't know
speed this up.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Yeah.
Saints.
Shit, give me the Falcons.
All right, let's go. Saints, Falcons. Browns,
Cleveland.
Ravens.
Aw, shit.
Cleveland.
Fuck. No, I'm only upset because of the neck. Yeah, we have to go Baltimore. The black on black on black.
Baltimore as well. All right. Seahawks, Vikings.
Seahawks.
There you go. Jets, Jaguars.
Damn, Jets.
Jags.
I'm gonna go Jaguars.
Let's
Jets
go.
had a good run.
They did.
Powder blue, Dolphins.
Oh, we knew this was next.
Dolphins, bro.
Dude, I gotta go powder blue.
Oh, man.
I'm going powder blue though.
God dang it.
Black,
Yeah, I knew this was
black
next.
jersey, Falcons. Black
Yeah,
on black,
Ravens.
Whatever. I'm going Falcons. Those
I
things
went
are
Ravens.
awesome.
Yeah,
Those
I'm
helmets,
going-
dude. Yeah, those
Let's do
fucking
it.
helmets.
Jaguars, Seahawks.
Fuck.
Seahawks.
I think that
Chan-Man?
teal's too clean. I'm going Jags. The teal is too clean.
I'm gonna go Seahawks because those are just the
Yeah,
it's so
iconic, yeah.
iconic. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Powder
Fuck.
blue.
Powder Blues.
Yeah, fine. We'll take powder blue.
Powder
the whole
blue
way.
Chargers over the Falcons.
Yeah, it
Let's
makes
do
me
it.
sad though.
There we are. Here we are
It's
now.
Powder
It's
blues.
powder
Powder
blue.
Blues.
There we go.
Oh
Giants.
my gosh.
Orange on orange.
Yeah.
Denver.
Denver.
Denver, bro.
Denver's cold. All right, we're gonna go speed through this. Old
Falcons.
school
Falcons.
Oh,
Yeah.
Old school Niners versus Falcons. We're going Falcons. Old school
Give me the
Bears, no
Bears.
logo versus
Yeah.
red on red Chiefs.
Give me
Give me the
Bears.
Bears.
Iconic. Let's talk about iconic. Ooh, the
Give me the
light
Panthers.
blue. Oh yeah,
And
with
a
that.
trash can on the
Over-
left.
The Bumblebee Steelers versus
I
the
hate
old
those.
Steve
Bumblebee
Largent.
Yeah,
Steelers,
give
let's
me
go.
No, give me the old Seattle.
I'm going old Seattle. Yeah,
Yeah,
those are terrible.
I hate those things, dude. Give me
the
Minnesota.
Aaron Rodgers Packers versus
Rivals,
the
too.
classic Vikings.
I got the Packers on that one.
Vikings.
I'm gonna take my purple bias out of it and I'll go. I did it for the other one and I'll.
That's
I'll
fine.
do
That's
it.
fine.
All right, Tom Brady Patriots. The
Ooh.
Dreamsicle Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Dreamsicle.
Dreamsicle.
Sames.
That Patriots is pretty good, too.
Sames.
Regular
Texans.
Texans
Steelers.
or the Steelers.
I kind of like the Steelers uniforms though, but no, we'll go Texans. I took my bias out the last one.
The gray on gray.
Ooh,
Yeah,
this one
the
might
gray
win.
on gray.
The gray on gray.
Yep.
Yeah.
Detroit over the Raiders. I like it. Bengals are tough. The Robert Griffin III Redskins or the striped Bengals.
We'll go.
I like Redskins.
Yeah, Redskins because they don't exist anymore.
Really? Okay, both y'all did that. Okay. I think the
Yeah, I like
striped
the Bengals
helmet's
too.
always
Yeah.
been the thing for me. All right,
Well, there you
Derek
go.
Carr Raiders versus oh, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Versus
Old school
the old
Bengals.
school Bengals. There we go.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco Ravens,
Ravens.
versus the
Yeah,
oh
Ravens.
God, the fucking Browns are
Ugly
awful.
as fuck.
All right,
Yo, give me right.
See,
oh, the old school Patriots over
Yeah,
the
I'm
Rams.
taking-
Let's do
taking
it.
Rams, but that's okay.
Well, it's like
What
it's
is
like
that?
it's like the powder blue. That's the new powder blue with the
All right,
numbers
well,
on
then
there.
Going
we'll
with
go
Jags.
left. We'll go left just
Yeah,
to.
good.
The old
So it's
school
not
teal
powder
Is
blue
that-
versus powder
What's that
blue.
guy's name? Yeah,
We got the Panthers versus the Eagles. Carson Wentz Eagles. Cam
I
I
got
think
Newton.
the Panthers are
Panthers.
sick.
I agree wholeheartedly. All right. Regular
that?
Bears, regular Broncos.
Broncos.
All right, we'll go Broncos.
All right.
Oh,
Orange
wow.
on orange
Broncos.
Broncos. Or the
man,
over
I
the
like these
Falcons?
both. I like
Colby.
them both. Damn
You
it.
can't.
I think that color rush is sweet.
Yeah, I do the orange.
Let's do
The
it.
yeah.
Classic Bears.
I like
Purple
classic
or
Bears, man.
blue on blue.
Classic
Especially
Bears.
it's on peanut there too. I like that. That's cool.
Hell yeah. Old school Seahawks.
Pack.
We'll go-
Modern day Packers.
We'll go. I want old school Seahawks. but I'm gonna get outvoted. It's okay.
I like it. Let's do
Oh,
it. I like it. Dreamsicle, Tampa
oh,
Bay,
it's gotta
Houston
be.
Texans.
It's gotta be Dreamsicle.
No.
Dreamsicle. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're supposed to be calling it Creamsicle, but I don't know.
The gray on gray.
Gray on
Yeah,
gray.
gray on gray
yeah.
for sure.
That's still a good color scheme. I like the.
Yep.
All right.
Bengals, Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens.
No, my Bengals don't even get a shot. Okay.
They got a shot. I will go old school.
It's definitely
Patriot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Patriots over the old school Jaguars. All right.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Panthers over the Broncos. Yep. All right, here we go. We're getting deep here.
Damn. Look at this orange. Yeah, I got to go with the orange on orange, man. That looks too good. But that's so classic on the right side, so.
Yeah, I'm digging right. So
But I got orange.
I'm going orange just because I'm a color guy. I can't help it. Look at my hat.
It's all right.
Dreamsicle.
Yeah.
Dreamsicle.
That might win it.
I don't know.
Gray.
Gray. Yeah.
Gray on gray Lions over the Ravens.
Patriots, man. That's I like that
Patriots
scheme.
is pretty clean.
I like red.
I like
jersey.
red.
What?
Oh
Fuck.
man, this one's tough. Nah, I'm going with left, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, I gotta go left as well.
All right. Keeping the Dreamsicle out of it. It's tough.
Damn.
Gray.
Oh, man, I like.
Do you like red?
The gray
Give me the
gray
red,
Lions.
man.
I'm going with
Patriots.
Brady. I'm going Brady.
Wow.
Fucking dang. Okay.
God, how much do you like the orange on orange?
Yeah, now I'm definitely going orange.
Yeah, give me orange on orange.
Since y'all kicked out my gray Lions.
And then we go powder blue for the dub.
Powder blues. We knew that though. As soon as it started, those are the best ones.
There you go. We did it, boys.
No, it was the red on battle red.
The whole bracket in case you want
to see. Yeah, and the new red on red on red.
Yeah.
The all red battle.
Dude, that was fun. Let's do that again. Or not now, but
yeah,
next time.
Right. Yeah. It's a whole website. It's called Bracket Fights, and there's a billion things you can choose from.
Yeah, we should totally do that again.
Should do like 1 T-Rex or like 1,000 chickens.
No, that's literally something that's like, what's your favorite amphibian? It's like there's some really specific ones.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, that's it for all we have on the agenda. Colby, you got any words of wisdom before we head off?
Just grip it and rip it. It's the same old shit, man.
Keep
on gripping and ripping.
Chandler, you got any words of wisdom?
No. No, it won't be 4 weeks till we're back though. I can tell you that. Or however long it was.
Yeah,
we'll be back.
We'll be back more consistently. Be looking out for these clips. We got some good stuff here on the podcast. We are the Wide 80 Podcast, and we're signing out.
See ya.